Live to this press conference with Water Resources Minister, not Agriculture Minister, as I said before, David Littleproud, who's speaking at Inverell. Let's take a look.
Another piece of the puzzle that will continue to work with farmers with practical solutions. And as we are on this listening tour, as we announced $100 million last week, we aren't going to stop. The Prime Minister made it clear on Friday that we're going to continue to be agile. And we asked the states to come with us. And I've written to all the state premiers to ask them to consider paying councils the rates of local government for small business and for farmers, pay their rates to give them a reprieve. And in fact, they could look at payroll tax as well, because those businesses in town, as we heard yesterday, are also hurting. So this has to be a targeted approach in a cooperative way with the states. And I just ask the states to think deeply about this and to act quickly. This is about us acting together to look after one another. And that is what we have to do to get through this drought. But there is a future. As we heard from these brave families here before, when it does rain, we're going to get back up on our feet. But we just need a bit of a help to get there. So to them, thank you for what you do and what you are putting into your community. We lose our communities where we don't have you, but we need to make sure that we look after one another till we get this rain. Josh?
Well, thanks, David. Thanks, Barnaby. Thanks, Ben and Colin and your families for having us here. This is a crisis. And as one family member said to me just before, this is the community's GFC plus some. What we've seen with the destocking of the agricultural properties, what we've heard last night from the local mayors about people taking their own lives as they just throw their hands up at what is happening in their own communities. We hear of shops closing and we hear of communities struggling. So we're here, as David said, to hear firsthand the stories from this community and the impact that this drought is having, covering some 95% of New South Wales and some 2/3 of Queensland. This drought is having a devastating impact on local communities. But we're also here to talk through what more we can do to continue the support that the Morrison government is providing these communities. Australia cares. The government cares. What happens in these paddocks affects all of us, not just because what is in this paddock turns up on your plate, but because it creates jobs and because it's important to the health of regional Australia. And regional Australia is at the heart of our country. It's made us who we are. So the rest of the country are with these families as they go through this very difficult time. So we're here to listen, but also to act as we have been doing.
Treasurer, in the GFC, the government provided stimulus packages. These farmers have asked for a cash injection. What's the government going to do? Is that something that you're going to consider?
Well, as you know, we have a series of initiatives underway. We have household farm assistance, which is up to $12,000. We also have been giving support to local government areas, and the Prime Minister announced an extension of that. We have concessional loans that are available, and David can talk to a little bit about that, but that is also making a difference. And we've also been providing money to not-for-profit organisations, and we heard yesterday from the Inverell Chamber of Commerce how money is being provided to farmers in the form of vouchers that can be spent in the local community to help sustain jobs. So we'll continue to look at what more we can do, but from the Prime Minister down, we're absolutely focused on ensuring the sustainability of these communities, because the drought will break. Just a question of when.
We're going to leave that there, but we will have full coverage of that too throughout